My greatest strength is my ease of adaptation to different environments and situations. I have this strength in both my social and professional life. Right after I graduated from my university, I started working in Ethiopia and I worked there more than 3 years. In that time, I don't remember I faced any difficulties in my social life there. Besides, I have many good memories that I will remember all my life. Also, when I start a new job, I learn the details of the project and I become productive very fast. When I started my second job, there was a large scale software which had a long history before me, but in 1 or 2 months I could make changes even in the lowest layer of that software. Of course, everyone gives many reasons to consider themselves over the other applicants. No one thinks he has bad qualifications, but I will give you an objective reason to consider me over the other applicants. The reason is that the companies I have worked before, they want to work with me again because they are satisfied with me and my way of working. They are satisfied since when I work, I consider a case in all aspects, and when I design something, I try to consider all the risks possible. Also, when there are problems, I try to be positive and I never give up. And finally, I had good relations with my colleagues. After 5 years, I think about myself. I dream about that. I should be leading breakthrough software projects successfully. I should be delivering high business value, working with collaborative and open-minded engineers. For example, we design a framework for embedded systems, and this framework gains very wide use in the industry. It becomes very popular. Everyone using this framework knows that it's very robust, very reliable. I must be working on such projects after 5 years. So, in 5 years, I will work hard to gain necessary managerial and technical skills for my dream. In work life, sometimes there are strict deadlines, and these deadlines can be very critical for the companies. I faced such conditions many times in my professional life. In such conditions, I stay on the positive side of the pressure and I try to increase collaboration with my colleagues. And I do my best calmly. I know that being calm in such cases is very critical because if you are worried, if you think negative, you can make the things worse. And being worried is not possible to work efficiently. Working efficient is necessary for meeting the deadline. My biggest achievement was in my first job. That time I was working on an unmanned aerial vehicle project in a small scale company. On the software part of the project we were 2 engineers working, but my colleague resigned for some reasons, and that time my company couldn't hire an engineer to replace my colleague's position, so his workload and responsibility was given to me. It was hard at first because my workload and responsibility was doubled. There was too much overtime, but I was happy with that. I was gaining more experience, more technical experience, but I could handle everything perfectly. There were no problems with the deadlines and the flow of the project. I want to work in Europe because firstly I enjoy learning about new cultures. I think it's very fun to experience other cultures. Experiencing other cultures, it broadens your perspective of the world. It makes you think more globally and in a more creative way. It also brings the chance for learning a new language. My other reason is about my career development. I think working in Europe is a great chance for developing career as an engineer. There are many highly professional companies in Europe, and these companies offer very good working conditions. I'm very excited about developing my career and starting to live in Europe, and I look forward to it.